Testing, 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 testing. Okay, cool. Hey everyone, happy Wednesday. I am just doing a really quick live. Let me actually turn my volume down here. I just wanted to do a quick live and break down why automated funnels and organic content are the perfect pair. So this is going to be pretty short, probably like a little mini 15-minute masterclass. But for any of you who have been trying to figure out how do I apply funnels, how does this work in my overall business strategy, then definitely tune in to this masterclass. And then I will also pin this so that you can watch the replay. So this is completely random and impromptu. So we're just going to dive into it. Okay. Oh, okay. So today's quick little mini training is going to be about why automated funnels and organic content are the perfect pair. So if you are a coach or a course creator, then I am specifically speaking to you in this masterclass, okay? So the first reason is because funnels and organic content help you to create that predictability in your cash flow, in your income, while leaving room for more. So what do I mean by that? There's a lot of times where people don't necessarily want to get locked into the logic and numbers of the funnel. They want to still be able to stay in the creativity that you experience from organic content and from live launches. So when you pair those two together, they actually allow you to have that predictability with the logic, but still stay open to the magic that you can create with organic content. So as a combination, automated funnels and organic content go well together. So first, automated funnels create this, oh my gosh, tongue twister, stability. I was trying to say stability and sustainable at the same time. Stability, that's what I was trying to say. So automated funnels create the stability that you need in your business when you're looking for cash flow, because you're able to actually see the actions that produce the revenue, right? So that gives you something sustainable that's hands-off income. And that works better than organic content, because organic content, you can't really measure like, okay, how many people actually saw this post? How many actually converted to a sale? You can't really measure that. So with the automated funnels, you can see that. So therefore, if you know every month you have 100 people come to your funnel and 10 people buy, and that makes you $5,000, then you know what you need to do every single month, which is get people into that funnel that's targeted and convert that. But if you post content for 30 days and you're not really seeing like your numbers in the pipeline where it actually stops, then that's like where either things stop or things that actually make the sale, then you're not really able to understand where that sale comes from. So that's why you want to have automated funnels in your strategy. And they normally make content or make sales faster than content, because with content, unless you are doing a post where you are covering all the different levels of customer awareness and someone is ready to buy, then it may take several posts, which might take obviously several weeks, as you can't post your whole entire content strategy in one day, for them to actually see your message and then convert into a sale. So that's one side of the coin. But again, we want to pair them together, right? Because the point of this masterclass is that I'm talking about how automated funnels and organic content work together. So with organic content, you actually add fuel to your funnel by creating free traffic. So a lot of times, some of the funnels teach ads, which I love. I think ads are fantastic. There is a time and place for the strategy, but ads aren't the answer for you to make sales. Ads are just a way to bring traffic. That's literally all ads are. So if you do ads and you don't know how to actually convert the sale once someone clicks through, then you're just wasting money. So what you can actually do with organic content is run free traffic into your funnel, validate your funnel, get it to a place where your funnel is actually profitable, and then you can start to turn on things like ads. So organic content is going to add fuel to your funnel. It's going to also help you close people faster inside of your funnel, because you're keeping them inside of your entire marketing and sales ecosystem. So that keeps them in the vortex of your world. And I'm going to show you practically what that looks like so that this will all start to make sense. But right now, I just kind of want to just give you a little bit of context on why they work together. So what I mean by keeping them in your ecosystem is that if they're already binging your Instagram content and then they're coming back into your, and they opt into your funnel and then they're getting activated from all of your other micro touch points and your emails and your funnel journey, then it's like you're constantly staying top of mind. So they both work together very powerfully, okay? On top of so many other benefits that we're not going to get into, but these are the ones that I want to touch on today. Because what we actually want is for automation to carry the load of sustaining our monthly cash flow. We don't want to be the ones that have to show up every day to maintain that cash flow. Like when every activity comes into, I have to make money from you, or else I'm not going to be able to pay my bills. That's when the magic starts to like die. That's when you start to lose your creativity. That's when you start to feel drained because you're like, man, I was having fun, but now it's like, I got to make sure I hit my numbers. I got to make sure I'm actually growing a business, right? Because growing a business actually means that you can pay yourself, you pay all the business obligations responsibly, and you've created something that you can actually live off of, not like another 9 to 5 where if you don't show up, you're not going to make money, which even then it's even worse than 9 to 5 because it's not consistent and it's not stable. It's reliant upon you. So you want automation to carry the load of sustaining the monthly cash flow. And that's going to be key to keeping your business running in a healthy way. And then that again frees you up to operate in your excellence and tap into the gold of your creativity when you're creating content. Because now you know, yes, you obviously are creating content that's going to be marketing and making sales and growing your brand, but at least you know now you don't have to rely on it. So if you don't feel like showing up one day just because you're like, man, I'm tired or I'm sick or whatever the case is, you have your automated funnels running in the background for you. And a lot of people have not gotten to the place where their organic content is like a machine for them in itself, where they have a lot of the top of funnel content that's trending and bringing in new people. They have a lot of great nurture content that's converting the sale. And then of course, whatever their sales process is, whether it be closing the DMs or clicking the link in the bio. So most people already have an Instagram sales machine where it starts to become less of needing you because of the way that the algorithm is working and it's compounding and you're starting to attract and grow followers. But even then, sometimes that times out. I see people make massive leaps to 100K and then it kind of bottoms out. So either way, you just don't want to have something that relies on you. You want them to be married together. So automated funnels and content are the perfect pair. All right. Because then again, you can be in this really creative space. Now you're really creating potent content that it's coming from your spirit and not stuff that you're like, oh my gosh, let me like make something that's using the sales formula just to make sales every day. And then you can also have fun. If you are doing live launches, you can really start to put the creativity back into your live launches. Okay. So let me know if that's making sense. So funnels are logic mixed with creativity because there still is the element of creativity inside of your funnels. You never want them to be like super boring, super dry, super technical. You still want to create that same buying experience, right? Just like you would create the buying experience inside of your content, you want to do that inside of your funnel as well. And then that way, again, you'll have the automated funnels creating and sustaining that monthly revenue, right? And that cash flow. And then you're going to be able to scale with clarity. So not only will you be able to use the logic with your numbers in your funnels to scale to your next income level, because like I mentioned before, if you say, okay, every month, 100 people come in, 10% convert, that brings me $5,000 a month. Well, then, okay, what do you do to get to your $10,000 month? Okay, maybe it's 200 people that you need to bring in, 20 people convert, or maybe it's the same 100 people, but now your conversion rate is higher at 20 people now converting. Now you can actually have that logic and scale with clarity while you're still doing your organic content because you're doing that branding, that brand awareness. You're still using that to generate sales and bring in sales, and you're still doing the live launches for cash injections. It's just now you've really created this web, this ecosystem, this vortex of where your dream client stays with you and you're constantly top of mind so that when you are ready, when they are ready to buy, you have moved them through the different levels of customer awareness, not again relying on a single resource. Because once you set up your auto funnel once, it's done. All you have to do after that point is to troubleshoot and optimize. So you don't have to go back and keep creating content. You just have to keep getting people into the funnel, which again, then you can do that with your organic content. All right. So these are the perfect pair. This really allows you to tap back into your magic and that exponential expansion that you can get from organic content and live launching, because now you've strategically placed each strategy where it needs to go. Let the funnels carry the load of the monthly cash flow. Let the funnels do the load of logical scaling while you get to stay creative in your content, in your live launches. And it just is now something that you get to do, not something that you have to do, where it starts to become sticky because you're like, oh my gosh, I need to make sales. And so every post, every person is starting to look like a number. Okay. And then you can also avoid having income dips, right? Because if you only have organic content, then you have those income dips and you're trying to build up momentum. And I know for like some of you, especially those of us that love to just kind of disconnect when we go on vacation or when we travel, or if you're like, I just even want to get to the point where I can get to vacation. It's like, we don't want to be on our phone showing up for our business all the time. Like if we just don't have to. I know some people are like, hey, I only work 1 hour on my vacation. Was like, okay, well, honestly, sometimes I don't even want to work on my vacation, just period. I'm checking out literally like, and I'm not even wanting to look at my phone any like business wise at all. I just want to take pictures and just enjoy where I'm at. Also, one of my goals is to be able to take monthly. I don't really know exactly how I want to do it, but either like a monthly or not a monthly, either 1 month a year, or I feel like November and December would be my dream to literally not work at all, where I just completely unplug and hibernate like a bear and rest my brain and just not even do anything work related. Maybe like, no, not even maybe checking in, literally just having things running on autopilot. And that's when I think about funnels and why I use them. That's one of the big pictures, is that usually during this time, I know that everyone's like, these are the highest income producing months. Yes, they are, with Black Friday, all the Christmas sales, people like wanting to build momentum for the New Year's. But for me, honestly, I just really like to go into hibernation mode. Maybe it's because I'm born in November, but I like to go into hibernation mode and I like to shut off. And so I want to have a business that's on autopilot, because you can schedule your Black Friday launches. You can have systems and workflows so that your teammates are navigating that and making sure that that launch is going without you. If you have any issues, then okay, great, they can reach out to you, but you have people running it because of the systems and the workflow and the structure. But if you're relying on organic daily content that requires you to produce it, you're not going to be able to have that freedom. That's why I say they both work together to achieve the bigger vision of building your brand and whatever individual goals that you have. Okay. So now when you have both of them working together, the pressure is off of you to show up. And then that way you can show up where your time is best needed in your business and actually start to, again, make those moves to scale. Okay. So here's some practical tips and strategies. And then I'm going to, again, just show you a little breakdown of like what this looks like so you can kind of get a better picture. So ideally, automated funnels, I like to prioritize them first, because that way I already have that set up and running and I can have it tested and optimized before I spend all of my time like creating content. So when I started this business back in this version of this business, well, there's been many iterations of it, but in October 2020 was when I was like, okay, I'm doing this. And then January 2021, I launched. I spent the first 3 months building funnels. And that's because I was honestly just like learning how to figure out how to do funnels. So I spent the first 3 months building the funnels. That way I had the system running in the back end. That first funnel bought me like $56,000, I think, in 6 months of my first time building a funnel, just from that one funnel. And I had like 4 or 5 funnels running. And then I was able to show up and go live like this. I was doing live trainings, and then I was making posts on Instagram. Then I was able to actually do that, to plant the flag, get my message out, share my brand, and do all those things after I built my funnel. So ideally, I prioritize that first. And with a lot of the pre-built templates, and I'm not just talking about templates that like show you the sales page or like the image and all the stuff, that you have to then plug in. It's literally, when I say pre-built, as in you have the sales pages, yes, but then they're all connected to the appropriate automation, firing off the different workflows, firing off the emails. Like that's what I mean when I say pre-built template. And so because there's that's now available on the market, it's where, especially with the stuff that I have now, I can duplicate my entire process and transfer it over into someone's account. So that's why I say it can take you less than 30 days to get it running, especially if you already know what it is you need to do. And how you strategically set that up is that you just basically duplicate your organic strategy, right? So what you're doing with customer awareness in your content, in your marketing, and in your sales, you just put that into an automated process. So if your process is that they have to get on a DM sales call, a DM chat, then you can have the call to action in the sales part via DM. If it's application only because you have a specific like person you want to work with and you have to get on a sales call, you can duplicate your entire organic strategy into a funnel. So it doesn't really matter what kind of offer you have. It could be for one-on-one, it could be for a group coaching program, it could be for a course. It doesn't matter. It's just whatever that strategy is that you do organically to get people in there, you can take that same process and put it into a funnel. And then once it's done, all you do is get traffic into it, and then you check it once a week and you optimize it. Because again, like I mentioned earlier, when you are looking at a funnel, you can find the points in which the pipeline is clogged. With organic content, you can't really show where the dip happens, where someone's like, oh, I'm not really interested in this, like, or what was the thing that got someone to buy. In a funnel, you'll be able to see that clearly. So that's why you only spend once a week looking at the optimization and troubleshooting process of it. All right. And again, that's a lot easier than creating potent content every day. Because let me tell you this, I am not always in the mood for creating potent content. I will tell you, yesterday, I was just not feeling it. I was going through a really heavy density clearing with the Lord. And I was just like, Lord, this is hard. Today feels really hard. But then I got through that because I did have my funnels running. So there was maybe about 50 new people that came into one of my other funnels that I have on the back end that I don't really market on the front end. And then today I woke up and I was feeling so much better. And I was like, cool, like a whole bunch of posts flooded out of me. So I didn't want, and again, context. I know some people say you have to show up every single day, whether you feel like it or not. And that's relative. That's relative to so many different variables. But for me personally, that doesn't necessarily apply to me, especially because I do business God's way. So I'm not going to just throw up garbage for the sake of garbage, especially when it comes to content, because I don't like consumption. So I always try my best to make sure that the content that I do put up on my Instagram is something that is actually going to feed someone like nutritious food. So again, there's layers to that, but that's not this conversation. So once that's running, once your funnel is running, then you have time to do your brand building stuff. So right now I'm going through a whole visual brand revamp, just completely changing the whole look, showing my face a lot more, doing photo shoots, all of those things. Now I can do that without having to worry about, oh my gosh, if I don't post today, will I make money? No, it doesn't matter because my funnels are running in the back end doing the job for me. And so what happens too in the funnels is that the more people you continue to get into this process, then every day someone should get to the point where they're ready to buy. And it's not just about having one funnel as well. It's about having this continuous stream of just this automation just flowing in the back end seamlessly. And it's just so fun and so beautiful. So then again, you can step back into your thought leader role, really just activating your voice, doing these epic launches and serving your dream clients and all of the other things that are relevant and important to you. And you stop doing a lot of the manual stuff, right? Whatever that looks like for you in your business. And you can actually start to show up because again, a lot of the times we're doing the manual stuff to compensate for carrying the load of finances. Okay. Hold on. Oopsie. That's not supposed to be there. Okay. This is supposed to be here. So visually, I just kind of want to show you what I have been talking about so that you can understand how this makes sense, how these actually play together. Okay. So let me switch to the annotation. Okay, cool. So you have here on this side, the organic content, and we have here on this side, the funnels. They both work together. It's not one or the other. It's both of them together, right? So as I talked about earlier, I mentioned the automated funnels are the things that are going to, is the system that's going to keep your monthly cash flow running, while the organic is going to help you actually build your brand, make the funnel work faster because, let me actually, sorry, this pen is going a little crazy. So it was throwing me off. Let me do the annotation. Okay. So you're over here and you are making, posts every day. You have different reels you're making, you have different carousels. Maybe some of your reels go viral. and they're starting to bring people into your world. Meanwhile, people that are already in your world are consuming your posts, they're watching your stories, and whatever your sales process is, right? Because this right here is the marketing. Your content needs to be doing your marketing. This right here is your sales, right? Overall, sales take someone from point A to point B, right? There's roadblocks in the middle of like, why it's not working, why I can't do it. And your offer is the bridge that gets them to their happy place. That's normally handled in your marketing. And then your sales process is how you decide to close them, whether it's a sales call, it's a link in bio, DM, whatever the case is. So again, most of us don't really have a sales problem. We actually have a marketing problem. We're not sure how to actually move people through the customer awareness journey. So if we're looking at this from the funnel perspective, the funnel does the same thing, right? So the initial part, so you see here, the Instagram post, let's say you made a story talking about your funnel, brings traffic into your funnel. So people are staying into your web, in your web. This initial part right here is the marketing. So just like your content right here is doing all the marketing for you, but it relies on you showing up every day, making all these posts to tell the narrative, right? It's actually happening in one fell swoop. So it's like your marketing accelerated. That's why funnels convert faster, where they can literally like consume your lead magnet or whatever it is and be like, okay, I'm ready to buy. And it's a lot easier than them binging your content because there's a lot of distraction on Instagram, right? Like maybe they may get a notification, maybe they may check something out. So I'm like, unless you nail your marketing messaging and they're like, ooh, I'm stuck on binging, their focus is distracted. But once you get them off platform into just another space, then you have a little bit more control over like them not, getting distracted and going other places because they're now consuming this, right? And so then this part of the funnel is your sales. So here you're relying on whatever sales method you're using to close. In here, the funnels that I build, they close sales automatically because once someone is done with the marketing phase, they move automatically to the sales phase and they close the sale. But do you see how they can work together? So I'm going to get another color. So your marketing content can constantly feed the funnel, right? So that you have traffic to validate this funnel, right? Because it's your targeted audience. Maybe they're warm. Maybe you might actually have like a top of funnel content piece actually bring people to your funnel. A top of funnel content piece could look like when you see those reels that have thousands of comments and it's like comment this word for like comment autopilot for my free masterclass, right? And you find that on the explore page and you're like, oh my gosh, I really need this. And then you opt in, you don't even like check the profile out, right? You opt in and now all of a sudden, guess what? You're in their funnel. Or they may see this top of funnel content, follow your profile, check your stuff, and then go into your funnel this way with the free traffic, right? However, in the meantime, you may have different sticky touch points in here that lead them back to your content so that you can continue to reinforce this singular message that you have here, right? To market and close the sale. So then as they keep going, they get hotter and hotter and hotter towards the sale because you now have them in this really, really big web of your content constantly staying top of mind, right? But this one is done on autopilot. This one is done manually, but you can see how they work together. Because like, if you're going to do this manually anyways, you might as well have this running in the background, right? And then that's what moves them to the sale. That's what makes all of this actually work together as a machine. So this right here is growing your brand, building your brand, establishing your voice. This right here is handling the load of your cash flow, as well as deepening your relationship with your audience, because again, you're navigating them with multiple touch points. You've taken them off platform and they're staying inside of your vortex, inside of your world. So you're staying on top of your dream client's head. This is how you also start to instill that brand equity. And especially if your messaging is on point, you're really shifting their perspective, giving them those aha moments. And one of my sisters in Christ calls it a penny drop moment where they're like, oh my gosh, this is so worth it, right? And so the beautiful benefit of this is that you're not relying on those educational how-to content where you feel like you're giving away free tips. You're also, when you add this into your strategy, not relying on Instagram because
What if your Instagram accounts get shut down or hacked? Guess what? You've already collected your customer data right here at this point, because you've now built an email list. You've built a profitable email list, because right here in this center point, we can even add a tiny break even offer so that as soon as they opt in, they're already spending money. So that's how you turn a customer or a follower into a customer very quickly. And so now you're building a profitable email list. And again, you're continuing to nurture them and show up until they get to this sweet spot of sales, which on this side, this process is designed, this specific funnel that I do is designed to close the sales without DMs or sales calls. There are some funnels that require you to have like DM setters and all those things, or also sales call setters. I don't really like that. It's just not for me. So I don't use that. So every funnel that I create is to close on autopilot. Like I want you to be like, oh, okay, I'm buying. And maybe if they send me a DM, it's like technical questions on like, oh, is there like lifetime access or da-da-da, just maybe simple things like that. Not like, I need you to convince me to buy, because this whole process already gets the job done. Right. And I don't want to rely on this. I don't want to rely on my energy and effort when I could just be using it somewhere else. If I've already been shown and it's been proven that a funnel can close someone on autopilot, just like how I've bought so many things and I did not need to talk to people, you don't need to handhold your people through the entire process. They're very intelligent. They know how to buy. What you have to do is create this really beautiful web and create a beautiful buying environment with this content, with this experience, and then create perspective shifting marketing that moves them along the customer awareness journey, that tells them how you help them get from point A to point B and overcome all of these roadblocks, with your offer being the solution. And then sales become a no-brainer. Sales become very easy. So a lot of times, again, we jump to the sales thinking we have a sales problem. It isn't that. You actually have a marketing problem. More than likely, you probably have a marketing problem. Okay. So let me know if that is making sense, how these are all working together, how you do these together. Because yes, you can build a brand using automated funnels, because you can also have an element in here where we call it reverse organic, where you can have them follow your Instagram. So you can see how, again, it's all still connected, right? So you can maybe have, let me find a different color. What did I use so far? Okay, purple. So maybe here on the lead magnet page, you have a call to action to follow the Instagram. Maybe on the emails, you have a call to action to follow on the Instagram. So you can see how they both play together. Okay. And then, like I said, if you're already going to be doing this daily content, why not protect yourself by collecting emails on the back end? Because you can move your emails. That's owned data. That's data you can take anywhere. That's data you can plug into Google Analytics. You can plug into TikTok ads, YouTube ads, Facebook ads, and it's going to go remarket to those exact people. It's going to go find those exact people, or you can send an email to those exact people, and you're not relying on a borrowed platform, because your Instagram is a borrowed platform. Instagram can shut your account down with no question, and you can't get it back. There's no court or law or anything, like unless you read your terms of service, you're not getting that back. So you always want to have a well-rounded, diverse marketing strategy. Okay. And let me see here. What else was I going to say about that? Yes. Oh yeah. So you can build a brand this way, and you can also build a brand with your thought leader content on this side of things too. So again, they work to achieve building that brand equity, so that you're starting to create real estate in someone's mind. You're starting to be known for something. You're starting to be able to get to this place where you have a relationship with people, so that when you drop your next offer, it sells out. It's also going to help you, again, achieve this combination. It helps you achieve sustainability in monthly sales. It helps you to scale using logic. It helps you to stay creative. It helps you to tap into the thought leader voice, and it helps you to diversify what it is you're doing, and honestly bring back a lot more fun in your business. Because when the pressure of money is off of your plate, now, obviously there's so many layers to the money, like freedom story, all the things, whatever issues that people may have with their money story and money wounds and da-da-da-da. But at the end of the day, we're here to show up to make a business. And regardless of if we have liberation from money, it does feel weighty when you have to show up every day in order to keep your business running. There is a lot of weight to that will eventually happen. And so we want to then say, hey, if I've mastered organic, then I can add another strategy. Because like, you don't want to be jumping around and doing multiple things. But with the way that this works, you can have your funnels up and running first, because again, it's not a strategy that's super, super reliant upon you trying to figure it out, do all the kinks. It's just get the traffic in and then find the roadblocks. And so I'm going to actually show you what that looks like. So with organic content, you're not going to be able to really tell unless you look at like the end of 30 days, like, hey, what were my top performing posts? But it's kind of relative, because even if you have a post that has no, like, especially when you're making a sales post that has no engagement, it could be your highest selling post. So it's very hard to tell what exactly triggered someone to buy and where was the roadblock. But inside the funnel, you have these data points. So you can see someone comes in, but they didn't opt in. Okay, why do I have a low opt-in rate? Something must be wrong with this page. It could be my messaging. It could be, oh my gosh, I didn't even realize on mobile the button doesn't work, right? And then it's like, okay, cool. They got to the download page, but like, why didn't they watch? Man, oh my gosh, the download page actually wasn't working. Or you know what? This video wasn't, I don't know if this video is hitting. Okay, we can see what part of the email sequence actually converts them to just hurry up and buy, because they're like, I don't even care. I'm jumping straight over to the order page and I'm buying. And then you can move that email up the sequence and make it more potent. You can also see, hey, what on this sales page is not working? Hey, what in this abandoned cart sequence is actually triggering the sale, or are they just not working, right? You'll start to see where people get stuck. And there is logical, practical things that you can do to figure out how to get it unstuck so the pipeline is constantly flowing. You can't really do that with content. And that's why we, again, want to have both of these working together. Okay. And this is the perfect combination where you can actually handle two strategies at once. Most of the time we say don't do that, but because this can, feed into that, it's fine, because this is a one-time, I talked about it earlier, one time a week, you check this. This is a daily kind of 24/7 thing. So your time will be spent here as you're getting yourself, as you're building for yourself a profitable funnel. Okay. So let me know if that's making sense. And let's do a quick recap here. Oops. Let me clear my annotations and exit the annotations. Okay, cool. So conclusion that we have here is that automated funnels can create the stability and sustainable hands-off income, right, that you want in your business. So it carries the load of your monthly cash flow. And that way you can scale with intention. You can actually use your data to determine, hey, what is it going to take me? If I'm at a 5K month, what is it going to take me to get to a 10K month? And organic content helps you to build your brand. So it's going to cover all of that brand equity, that brand authority, that place you're planting your flag, the place people can come and see who it is, what you have to say, right? But then it also opens you up for massive cash injections, because you can still do the live launches. You can still show up in stories. You can still do all of those things and have the freedom to do that when you are combining both of these strategies. Okay. So let me see here. Yep. So recap why funnels and content are the perfect pair. They help you, again, play in your creativity, stay in your creativity, but have a clear process that's sustainable and predictable. It's the perfect balance of like logic and creativity, feminine and masculine way of marketing and doing business. Okay. So if you have any questions on that, let me know. I'm just going to go into some ways that we can work together. I'm planting the flag. It's funnel building season. I want to help as many Kingdom coaches as possible sell their offers on autopilot. So if you have evergreen offers, if you have live offers, if you have one-on-one offers, it doesn't really matter. We're going to sell those on autopilot. And we want to get to the point where you're bringing in an extra 10K in revenue that's completely hands off and it doesn't require you to show up. Okay. So if you are in, let me know. Drop it in the comments. Are we claiming this? Are we going into 2024 using funnels and systems and or organic content? Are we finally going to build the businesses that are profitable, that we can actually make a living off of, not only just financially, but from time freedom as well, having that freedom and that creativity in that space so that we can do all that we are called to be and not become a slave to our business. So I'm going to just go over quickly 3 different ways that you can work with me. And then you can decide if you want more details. We can go into that later because I'm not going to do that today. So I have a done for you option where everything that you've seen me talk about in any capacity with funnels on the Instagram and Facebook groups on my Facebook page, I will build your funnel for you. This is perfect if you want to be hands off. I have a done or do it yourself option where I have the pre-built funnel. So like I mentioned before, it's all the pages already connected together, as well as connected to the automations and workflows that make it fire off. So it's not just a template that you're like, well, what do I do with this? Where do I load this in? It's all built. And you plug in the brand yourself, and it has the complete strategy with it that you can use yourself to figure out how to actually set it up, as well as the step-by-step walkthrough to get it all to get like transferred over into your data. However, it does come with live customer tech support. So that's amazing. It's 24/7. They hop on Zoom calls with you if needed. So you are not alone. This is perfect if you're just like, I already know all of this. I know my strategy. I just didn't want to actually build the funnel piece and connect all the, ActiveCampaign or ClickFunnels and Thinkific. I didn't want to do all that. I just really wanted in one place. I want all of it done. And I literally just want to change out the data and information in my branding and put my stuff in. And so I have people going through this now using the templates. And I think it literally took her like 7 days to do it because she also is a fitness trainer. So she had clients in between and stuff like that. And again, this funnel doesn't require DMs or sales calls or ads. Everything is organic. And unless you decide, hey, I validated this funnel, it's working, I want to do ads, you can do that. And then the last option is done with you. So it's one-on-one step-by-step coaching, helping you to create your funnel strategy. So we'll actually go through the strategy of the funnel, and then I'll actually help you implement it into the pre-built template. So the same templates that you would get for DIY, you would get in the done with you. And this is perfect if you want to actually learn and be guided because you're like, I don't know if I can actually do the done for you because maybe it's not a good fit. I actually want to learn how to do this. I just need someone to make sure they check my back and that I'm actually doing it correctly. And then we continue working until you get to the place where your funnel is profitable and fully hands off. Why do I have hands off there twice? That is why I can delete this. So practically what that looks like, so we go through the process of looking at your offers, figuring out the best strategy to scale with your offers. So we want to increase your average order. We want to increase your lifetime value of your customers. So that's actually the hardest part. And so that's either I will do that with you, do it for you, or you get the steps on how to do it yourself. So you just apply what I'm saying to each individual offer. And then we will, you have this option to design and plan your branding so you can make the branding fit exactly like you want. I do not want build to block copy like looks. Like I want you to be able to put your own branding into that. So that can easily be done. I don't want it to look, I don't want like 10,000 funnels in the market that look exactly the same. That is not the point of this. It is supposed to be your authentic brand experience, your authentic brand voice, so that your funnels don't feel cold and robotic and it's not a copy and paste type of situation. Okay. And then after you build your funnel, showing you how to quickly promote it and test it for free, and then continuing to troubleshoot and optimize until you hit those, at least the minimum industry benchmarks. And then of course we want to hit, profitability. And then of course we want to hit 10K months on autopilot. That would just be really amazing. And so when you get to that point, then you can discern, oh, I want to add fuel to this fire by using paid advertising, whatever the case is. So that's the steps on which we go through, and you can decide if you want it to be done for you, do it yourself, or done with you. So whatever you decide, you can just comment 1, 2, or 3, or DFY, DIY, or DWY, and then I'll send you the information on the pricing, what that looks like, how do you actually get in it, and how do you actually do that. Okay, and then if you have any questions about this live training, just go ahead and drop them in the comments. I don't know what my schedule is going to be like, but I will just be coming on here randomly, and I'll just tag everyone the next day with the everyone tag, because I have about 1, 2, 3, 4, so far like 4 or 5 more trainings that are going to continue to show you deeper into this process. If you want to see the behind the scenes of my funnel and what it kind of looks like on the inside, then I do have a masterclass that continues to kind of walk you through that process and goes deeper into this conversation. So you can just let me know in the comments that you want to just comment the word. What is the word we're going to use? Let's comment the word plug, and then I'll give you the link to the other masterclasses that kind of give you a behind the scene look inside what it looks like in the back end of my funnels and stuff and the strategy. All right. So that is it, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Thank you so much for your time. I always appreciate everyone that has joined. If you have any questions, drop them here. But if not, that is it for this mini masterclass. And I will see you in the next training.